Hey Sagittarius, thank you so much for joining me for your June reading. As always, very excited to see what's coming up for my Sagittarians. And you know, while I was kind of doing my thing and meditating and shuffling before I turned the camera on, I had a couple of appropriately fiery cards leaping out. So I'll let you know if they should arrive again. In fact, I should just tell you right before I pulled any cards. So the Knight of Wands, fire, leapt out, and so did the Emperor. So, themes of passion, themes of control, things of moving toward your goals. All right. So Spirit, what does Sagittarius need to know this month for their highest good? Sagittarius, wow. First card up. I'm just going to show you because, wow. All right. King of Swords. That is some authority. All right. Let's just get the narrative out, right? Okay. All right. Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising. What do they need to know this month? Spirit, for their highest good. It's June. There he is. Emperor. All right. We'll see if we go 2 for 2. Sagittarius, if Spirit has decided a message needs to come through for you, like, they will go to great lengths. I've sat in readings with people where I'm reading them for an hour and we do, 5 or 6 different spreads and the same card or cards shows up in like 5 out of 6, where Spirit is just like, I still want you to know this. Really? Do you get it though? Do you get it? The Emperor is a good card to get though, so that's nice. All right. Sagittarius, my fun-loving, fiery Sagittarians, my eternal wanderer friends. What does Sagittarius need to know this month, Spirit? Sagittarius. Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising. Rolling Stones, what do you need to know this month? June 2018, just a couple more, please, Spirit. Sagittarius in June 2018. Okay. All right. No Knight of Wands, but we do finish up your reading with the 10 of Wands. Boop. Actually show that to you. Okay. All right, Sagittarius. Let me get these guys together. Take this in for a second, and don't worry, I will pan you down in just a second so you can see what I'm seeing. It's really funny. I called you a rolling stone, and then Wheel of Fortune comes out. Wheels, always moving, Sagittarius, always learning. That's a really wonderful quality that you have. And you actually have one of the best cards that I look for when I'm Spirit is saying learning. And the Page of Pentacles is like the devoted student, the devoted apprentice, the hard worker, maybe even like the annoying one who's like, hey, you forgot to give us homework. And everyone's like, so I feel like you're taking a really enthusiastic approach when it comes to learning what you need to know, Sagittarius. As always, I mean, like I said, eternal student, right? But it does feel, Spirit is saying this is a month of commitment. And they're talking a lot about your money, about your resources. It's looking pretty good for you if you can take the time to create a plan. To create a plan and follow through. It looks like you have been choosing, Sagittarius, very fertile things like to learn. And by that I mean, some of you, and this is what they're telling me, it's like some of you were like, okay, I need to take an online course in marketing or copy editing or whatever to get myself up to snuff for this job that I want or this business that I want to create. And that Page of Pentacles, that ideal student, is followed up by the card of wealth, the card of longevity, the card of legacy. So some of you all are building something, writing something, filming something. You are creating something. When I say building, this could work a lot of ways. It's a general reading. This is where I should say, Sagittarius, that because it's a general reading, I get a lot of messages. So trust your intuition and see what resonates for you. But one way or another, The building of a family legacy, Spirit is even saying, is prominent in your life this month. And I should just pan you down so you can see your cards, huh? Okay, I'm about to go off on like a diatribe. Let's look, Sag. And you can use your own intuition as well to see what you see here in your cards. Okay. So as I said, we kick off your reading with the King of Swords, a great authority, someone that you think of as very intelligent. They're great with their words. Again, Spirit is telling me some of you are writers, communicators. If it's not writing, it's communications. Like one way or another, the way that you speak, the way that you think is on display. And whenever we have a court card in a reading, Sag, it's because this does represent a person around you. Could be like a mentor, could be a boss. They're giving me like authority figure. Or it could just be somebody that you look up to. Kings are like conquerors and masters of their realm. Whatever it is they do, they are the best of it. And this is the king of communication. But the other thing about court cards is that when we meet them in a reading and we meet them in life, it is because they are there to evoke those same qualities that we have sort of maybe lying dormant or unseen, or maybe just needing a little bit of push and activation. They bring out those qualities in us. So if you're not already feeling like a master wordsmith and writer and creator, there is somebody around you who can help you level up your skills and make some damn good money from it. And okay, so I want to say that it is making money. You have the 10 of Pentacles here, you have the 9 of Pentacles here. These are both cards of having, this is like I have more than enough for me, and I get to feel very justifiably proud of myself. I also want to note, Sagittarius, that this is the one and only card in the tarot deck for the successfully self-employed person. So this could mean that you're freelance, this could mean that you side hustle, this could just mean that you get the damn job done and you get paid well for it, and you get to be very proud of how a project turns out. And it does feel like for some of you this is a very big project that you want to go on and on and on. And I feel like that's why they were saying legacy. The 10 of Wands, again, I really feel like some of you are self-employed or freelancing, because this also comes up a lot when I read for people who do that, because the 10 of Wands is about taking it all on by yourself. You know, from CEO all the way to janitor, you do all the duties, you're carrying it by yourself. Even if you have teammates, and they're telling me some of you have teammates, it seems like you are so devoted and passionate about this project that you're loath to give up any of it to anybody. And I do have to tell you that it seems like taking the lead is what Spirit is guiding you to do. King of Swords, Emperor, when those are lined up with the 10 of Wands, not to mention this High Priestess, like really just all the major arcana in your reading is saying like, step up and be the boss. The Emperor represents order, discipline, wealth, and I wanted to show you how these guys might be the same person or like brothers. You know, these distinguished older men with their white beards. The wealth and the legacy, followed by wham, like the major arcana version of the same idea. I rule this empire. I built it from the ground up. It is mine. And when you're building an empire, it's a lot of work, right? And Spirit wants to advise you. This 7 of Pentacles shows up right before this 9 of Pentacles of having like more than enough, okay? Of being proud of yourself for how it turned out. Spirit wants to advise you that this month you're reaching like a new level. And don't worry, we're going to come right here in just a second, but Spirit always leaps all over the reading telling you whatever they want to show you. I'm just the messenger. The Wheel of Fortune indicates that you're completing a cycle this month, and it's a level up. To me, that's what they're describing, is like a level up. And there's a recognition, in a way. This is what they said. You're going to have to let me know, Sagittarius, this is crazy. But what they said when I looked here just now is there's no going back. Some of you are burning the boats. Like maybe some of you are quitting jobs this month, or like in some way you are committing to this thing in a much bigger way than you had before. Okay, we're gonna go back. The Wheel of Fortune in your spread is followed by the Seven of Pentacles. You complete a cycle, you realize like, okay, I have to commit, cool, now it's time for the new beginning. And right before we get started, let me just take a step back and look at things. How has this project been going so far? How has the work and the effort and the sort of strategy that I've put into place been working so far? What has it yielded? And let me take the stuff that has created the most yields, or the yields that I love the most, and do more of that and cut out these other things that really haven't been yielding very much. Do you know what I'm saying, Sagittarius? Like, sometimes we do tasks just because we think like maybe, okay, that's what they just said. We look around and we see other people doing that and we're like, oh, okay, you know, you're the eternal student. You're like always picking up information here and there and here and there. And maybe you started doing something just because it seemed like the thing that you needed to do, but it's neither firing up your passion and it's not really creating results. Let it go. Spirit is saying that ironically, it's in like being more selective of the things that you work on, that you actually make more money. Okay? So don't be afraid of doing that. I do want to say again, just as a like reminder and just as a gentle, like perhaps a, you know, a warning, you might be taking on quite a lot. And I feel like Spirit is giving you this Seven of Pentacles before the Ten of Wands to say you might be able to shed a couple of things before you start this new cycle. Like one part of the website gets eliminated, or one service that you perform gets eliminated, or one hobby or task that you've said, like, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, but like either you never did it or it's really not giving you what you were hoping for. Let it go. Let it go. Okay, so the Emperor followed by the High Priestess, followed by the Page of Cups. I feel like the one kind of like area of static here, I don't feel like you're worried about the Ten of Wands. You already know that you're taking it all on, but you're really passionate about it. So, okay. If you burn the candle at both ends, at least it looks like you'll be enjoying the results and feeling proud of yourself. But the one thing I am a little bit concerned about here is the Five of Cups. Some of you, and I say that because these are general readings, so they're saying this doesn't apply to all of you. Okay, wow, Spirit just gave me another layer to this. Spirit is saying that some of you Sagittarians are depressive, like literally depressive, go through depression episodes, go through anxiety. They really want you to think about your mindset. You are typically known, Sagittarius, as like a very optimistic sign, glass half full. But the Five of Cups is literally all about looking at what's empty and not looking at what's full. So some of you, I feel like, and this is emotional, this is like, I lost a friend, or like there was a breakup or a disappointment in some way, emotionally speaking, like you feel like you may have lost out on something. I mean, this guy, as you can see, is focused on the 3 empty cups in front of him. And this is the thing about the Five of Cups is, look, what's in there is gone. It's gone. Like, and I'm not saying that because I don't care. I'm not saying that to bypass how you feel. It's that it's kind of a what's done is done situation. And now it's time to commit to your future. And especially preceded by the Page of Cups, I have no doubt that good news is coming in. This is somebody coming in to refill your empty cups. So don't worry, Sagittarius. The High Priestess counsels you to be cool, to relax, to sit back, trust your intuition, and also just trust karma, is what Spirit just said. And I don't mean that in some crappy pop culture way of like, karma's a bitch. Like, karma is only a bitch if you have been. You know what I mean? Like, and karma does not work on like insert slot A, like tab B into slot A or whatever. It's not so simple. It's kind of like, karma is a Rube Goldberg machine, okay, Sagittarius? Do you know what those are? It's like that thing, you could like look this up on YouTube, actually. This would be a fun little pastime. A Rube Goldberg machine is basically just an overly complex machine to do something really simple. It's like when you see people, oh my God, like if you ever watched Pee Wee Herman growing up, or if you ever, like literally just Google it and you'll see that it's kind of the thing where somebody like drops a marble and it rolls down a little, you know, piece of wood, and then like it hits, like it like drops onto a button, and when the button happens, like something pops up, whatever, and like the marble travels through all these things, and finally, you know, it makes your toast pop up or something. Like it's like a really silly, overly complex thing. And that is how Spirit is describing karma. So they're saying, look, if you're worried, like, or feeling that things have turned out unfairly, like it looks like this person who did you wrong seems to be doing really well, it's not that Spirit is like promising you swift and terrible justice for your rights, Sagittarius, but they are saying like, hey, you don't need to worry about that. That will be taken care of. That just happens in the natural order of the universe, okay? And what you have lost, you won't be mourning it for too much longer. There's a lot of satisfaction, not to mention a lot of like, it's funny, Spirit just said you can't spell satisfaction without action. There's a lot of satisfaction and action coming up for you. Spirit really wants you to commit. Commit to what you want. Commit to creating what you want. Knowing that there will be doubts and questions and moments of fear or disappointment along the way, and that is just part of the journey. The other really beautiful thing I want to point out before we do your Fiercely Focused spread is that the Ten of Wands, although you are carrying a lot, it's a lot you're taking on, home, you know, is within sight. Your village is there. Another mile or so to go, carrying a lot, but at least you can see the finish line. If you are committed, you will make it. That's what I feel. Be the boss, be an emperor, be King of Swords, take the authority. Okay, so now, Sag, all that said, let's look at your Fiercely Focused spread. And for those of you who haven't been here before, Sag, this is just where I do a 5-card spread to cap off your reading, looking at a theme for your month, like an archetype Spirit wants you to embody or be aware of this month, followed by the action steps that they want you to take in the 4 elements, like the 4 realms of your life: earth, money, resources; air, thoughts, communications; water, emotions, love, relationships; and fire, creativity, spirituality, and basically anything that lights a fire under your ass. All right, so Spirit, for Sagittarius in June, what is the theme? What is it that you want Sagittarius to know, be aware of, or embody in the month of June? Wow, same card, different deck. Judgment, commitment. What's done is done, they are saying again. So commit to the journey forward. Commit 100%. Don't look behind you. Okay? That doesn't mean you can't reflect on the past, but be in the moment. You are being brought back to life, Sagittarius. Like, this is so funny, but this is what Spirit just said. They're so funny, God. Okay. They just said that when you go to heaven, you're not gonna, like, stop at the pearly gates and sit down and start flipping through, like, a photo album. Like, your father and mother and grandmother and all those people, they're going to be there, like, waiting for you. Why would you, like, sit and look at pictures of the past when, like, this vivid, amazing, loving future, this rapturous future is ahead of you? Commit to the future. You are coming back to life. Don't look at your old dead life. Okay, you know what? We're getting deep, Sag. I want to look at you for the rest of this. Hey. Pardon on my face. Okay. Next, we're going to look at your money, your job, your resources. Spirit was talking about a project that you're doing. So what do they want you to know in June? What does Sag need to know for their highest good when it comes to their money, their resources, their job? Same card, different deck. What up? Seven of Pentacles. Stop and think about your plan. Give it another look. Like, it's not because it's a bad plan, it's quite the opposite. It's that with like a little bit of editing and tweaking, it could be really something. Remember that that Seven of Pentacles was followed by the Nine of like, yes, this is what I wanted and I did it. It's such a good feeling. It's also a card of wealth, so there's money and satisfaction in it for you, all right? Like, it doesn't get much better than that. Okay. So now, what about the air element, Spirit? What about words, communication? Some of you are writers, as they said, but what is it that you want Sag to know in June when it comes to the mental realm? Words they hear and speak, conflicts, truths. Woof. What's done is done, and possibly done to death this time, Sagittarius. The Ten of Swords is about accepting the end of something. So it does seem like for some of you it is some kind of like breakup or massive emotional disappointment. There is an end, and what I'm going to bring to your attention is they said you're being brought back to life. Dead on your feet, brought back to life. Ready? Ready? It's gonna be good. Gonna be good, Sagittarius. Something had to end. Something had to end for this new beginning, and it's okay to mourn it. But don't keep staring down at your 3 empty cups and let the 2 cups with all that beautiful fruit and grapes and all that good stuff going on behind you, don't let that grow stagnant because you're so busy looking at what didn't work. Eyes on the prize. Eyes on the future. You come back to life. You cue up that Evanescence video if you need a reminder. Okay. All right. So now, let's look at your heart, your emotions, what's going on with your relationships. Spirit might want to highlight love in a romantic way, or family, or like friendship. What do you want to talk about for Sag in June? Spirit, June. Okay. Romantic. So what did Spirit just say about don't ignore those 2 cups that are creating some lovely things in your life? And what do we get but the 2 of Cups? Spirit just being super clever right now. This is a really wonderful beginning, and this is a partnership. So Sagittarius, some of you may be literally like meeting somebody new, or perhaps like getting a little deeper into something with someone new. For those of you who are in a romantic relationship, it could just be that this month is a really good time for you to like bring the spark back. Some of you, they're saying, are having like anniversaries. For those of you, like I said, that are in a committed relationship, definitely like think about the reasons that you got together with your person in the first place, the reasons that you love them. Sometimes we forget, if we've been with somebody for a really long time, what it was like when we first met them and we were like, oh my God, like you are the funniest or the sweetest or the smartest or whatever is to person. Go and give your loved one some appreciation. And even for those of you not in relationships, that's still really good advice. But that was what Spirit is saying, is like, remember why you fell in love and like share that appreciation and notice how it flows right back to you. And for the single peeps, especially those of you who have been through like a recent breakup or something really tough, Spirit is saying, like, just like we said, we're coming to refill these cups. Like, don't even worry. As much as you can. Because I understand. All right, and finally, Sag, let us look at your element. What's going on in the fiery realm for Sagittarius? What is lighting them up, exciting them, charging them, challenging them in June? Beautiful. Beautiful. The 3 of Wands is that exciting new opportunity. See, he's looking out to sea. His ships are coming in, or he's waiting for his ship to climb on and go out. Eternal traveler, Sagittarius. Like, and the thing about the 3 of Wands is that it represents you having a lot of good ideas. Something you have already established, already in like the past and the present, and you're going to go create something new in the future. Ten of Wands came up in your reading before, right? Like, you've got a lot going on. But I think that you can, in fact, I'm sure that you can take it where you want to go. Nobody does, you know, nobody does a road trip like you, Sag. Nobody travels and learns like you. All right. Thank you so much for being here, Sagittarius. I really hope that this is helpful for you and helps you see the signs that Spirit really truly is always beaming out to you, but just helps you look up and notice them a little bit more. And if you ever want a personal reading, my info is linked below. And if you have comments, questions, I would love, love, love to hear all that stuff. And if you happen to be into astrology or tarot or practical magic, the stuff that I like to do, I have opened a magic school for as low as $5. You can become part of my little practical magic school and get video lessons, PDFs, all that kind of thing on expanding your consciousness and therefore expanding your ability to bring in what you want. Looks like you could use some of that, Ton of Wands. All right, Sag, thanks for listening. I really appreciate you, sending you much love. And if I don't see you before then, I hope I see you in July. Bye, Sag.